So we're back today with a new list we found. So this one was in the top 4 of a regional recently, and this is Zeon Unicorn. So we're looking at our traditional blue-green stuff that we're used to seeing in like the 1 Year War or the Dynamis and Gundam Rush decks. But instead of running Dynamis or Char or something similar, we're bringing in Menager and the full armor Unicorn. So, I'll start at the top. We've got our usual suspects here: 4 of the GM, 4 of Guntank, 4 of Zaku 2s, 4 of each of the Zaku 2s rather, and then 4 of Char Zaku 2, 4 Rickdom, 2 Corsica base. That's the only bases we're running for the whole list. 4 Anksha, 4 Gundam, 4 Armor Array, and then 4 Show Resolve. So we got a lot of draw power built into this. A little bit, I think, like those 2 are essentially replacing the bases we used to run in the other 2 Corsicas. But then you have 4 Full Armor Unicorn. That's the big 5/4. The 5/3 cost and then 5/4 stats Unicorn, and Menager has a 4 of as well. So this was just an interesting list. When I saw it, I'd not really seen anybody running him in this place. I think the +2/+2 stat boost is going to be, a big help here, especially on some of these early rushing guys that have trouble getting over bases and larger units otherwise. And then, you have some draw built in as well. But we'll test it out. I mean, this is going to be mostly, I imagine, you're going to see your traditional rush stuff, but you'll be able to refuel more running that 4 of Show Resolve, and then the draw built in to manage it. So let's test it out, see how it does. Alright guys, we're back with our test. Today we are playing a interesting list we found on Eggman's tournament reports, and it is a Zeon Unicorn list. So we're in blue and green. We've got a lot of the, we'll keep this pretty active start. We've got our Corsica base, Char Zaku, and then 2 of the 2 1-drops. Anksha off the top. So essentially this is very similar to the blue-green, like 1 Year War or Zeon Rush you're used to, but we're adding in 4 Manager and then 4 Full Armor Unicorn. So it's, I just saw it and it looked odd, and so this is my first time in. I really just kind of played it blind here to see how it works out. So let's find out together. So we have a pretty solid start here. 2 Corsica in hand, and voice is a little rough today, so please look over it. So allergies are kind of getting at me this season. So we're going to go ahead and get into the X base here with both our Zakus. So far pretty normal. I think we'd rather have the Corsica base on board here. Get another card in hand. Sets us up with a Rickdom for next turn, and then we're 3 on board. So, we've played a lot of blue-green with Dynamis and otherwise. This is kind of a different take on it though. I mean, it's essentially the same list we played with Dynamis, but you swap Dynamis for Manager and then Unicorn full armors, 4 of each. It's I saw it in the list. I think it took 4th place in the regional event, and I'll have the deck linked in the description here for everybody. But it just it was a fresh take, and I just wanted to kind of give it a test out while it was new. So let's go ahead and knock that base out. So it looks like we're going up against the little wing here today. So we really just need to keep our foot on the pedal. It's the Wufei, so they're going to be breaching on us. So here, We got 4 available. I think it's best if we just go ahead and get what we can down. Just try to rush on through here. So we'll see if any of the manager unicorn stuff pops up for us. So we got a traditional ping package here with, you know, gun tank and Angsha. So they just filling the same role they do with board control. We've got a pretty quick start here on the opponent, so if we get lucky in shields, maybe we can just push on through here. So we'll take out one of their Zaku's. Okay. So we got 4 health remaining here. Let's go ahead, put some damage on there, and get in for the breach. Okay, we're stocking our hand up pretty well for them. So let's continue hitting the base here, or hitting the shields rather. We'll take Sharazaku into shields as well. Peace Million, so not a big fan of that one. Angsha could help punch through it next turn, or we could go a bit wider, but 6 is a high bridge to cross for Angsha, or for the 1/1 tokens. So let us I think we just play them out. And it'll just be on 5, so they're really just going to have to deal with both our Angshas. Alright, so we didn't see Unicorn that time through, but you know, deck still works well as a rush deck. Let's roll it back one more time to see if we can see more of the manager come in with Unicorn. Be right back. Alright, back with game 2 here on Zeon Unicorn Rush. I'll choose to play first. So, game 1 went well. We got a solid aggressive start. I do not think we want to see 3 of him in our opening hand though, so let's mulligan this back. That's much better. So, we've seen before, Corsica base off the top. We're getting really lucky pulling the Corsica base, especially with it just being a 2-of now. So we've seen them in both games so far. And here we have about as good as we could hope for our early swings with this deck. Opponent's on, let's see, a white-blue. Imagine some sort of blockers list. Alright. Go ahead and get our double Zaku out and pass it on back here. See Gundam draw for turn, pretty solid. Alright, so we got an Ilfrith. Is some solid aggression here. So let's go ahead and get in. We get to take the EX base either way here. think what we should do best is just go ahead and take care of this Ilfrith. Clear the way. And with the remaining two, we think another Zaku, or we're going to go with the GM. It's, doesn't really matter, I guess. We'll pass it on back as we're 4 wide and the EX base is down. Draw some cards with overflowing affection. Looks like they're on the O list. Okay. Kusanagi's going to bounce something back here. Good. Alright, so let's go ahead and take care of the base. Get on into shields. Okay. Mr. Sirocco. Alright, so we're at 4 resources. We can go extremely wide just to get past any blockers. Or let's kind of split it down the middle. We'll get a course good just so we can get a draw in, if nothing else. Find a manager there. We will. Go ahead and throw this up. Set up 5 wide for next turn. It's probably got at least 1 blocker they can throw down. If not able to remove one of our guys. They're sitting at 4 shields. So, let's see what they have for us here. And again, the allergies have flared up a bit, so I apologize for my voice. It may be a bit scratchy today. L-Strike with the Kira Link's a solid start. Take care of that tall geese token. Alright, so let's see, how should we take care of this? I imagine we should clear the Kira here. And or should we just keep hitting into shields? Let's probe the shields just to see what we find here. Okay, so they do have an armor on them. Get into shields here as well. Extractor pack. Well, that's not great for us. So I was kind of hoping to swing on through here and knock the Kira out with the Manager on top. Probably should have done it first, but got a little ahead of myself. No worries. Let's go ahead and get the Manager just in case here. Attempt to trade for the Kira. Okay. So at this point, got 4 to work with here. Imagine we just keep it wide. Hopefully we can find Amuro for next turn and Gundam here. Oh, it's down to 2 shields. We'll play the Kusanagi. Somebody's coming back to hand here. Zaku bounces. What else they have for us here? So it was a wide hand for them to not have anything. So we got Gundam coming down here. Alright, but I think we may have actually gotten what we need. They've got no blockers, no resources, 4 up on the base. So we'll go ahead and play our own Gundam with Amuro. Tap down. Now, what's the best way to play this? Just trigger Zaku here. Clear the base first. You in the shields. And that'll do it. All right. So, not too bad. We're 2 for 2 today. We didn't get to see a whole lot of the Unicorn yet. Might have to come back to this one and play a few more. But the Bandager and the +2, even on our small guys, is an interesting link. So I'm going to check into this one more, probably play a few more games, and then I'll report back to it. But for now, have fun, and good luck with your draws.